Entanglement is one of the 5 abilities that are available to 1x1x1x1. Its role in his kit is a projectile meant to help close the distance in chases. When it hits, it pulls the survivor closer to you and deals 10 damage. It has a 15-second cooldown and always flies in a straight line. That's the basics of Entanglement. Now let me explain why this ability is absolutely broken. Before we get into Entanglement, let's dissect 1x4's kit to get to the issue of why Entanglement is as broken as it is. We'll start off with his basic slash. 1x's slash has a wind-up of 0.4 seconds, deals 20 damage, and inflicts the victim with Poisoned and Glitched for 5 seconds. Poisoned adds another 8 damage to the slash, giving us a 28 damage slash. Glitched hides your HP and stamina. It doesn't sound that bad until you forget how much stamina you have left and accidentally hit 0. Glitched also has an effect on 1x's other ability, Mass Infection. Mass Infection is a large projectile meant to be used as a heavy damage dealer and 1x's big and scary attack. It has a wind-up of 1.7 seconds when 1x can't move. After that, 1x releases 2 hitboxes in front of him, 1 melee and 1 projectile. Regardless of if a Mass Infection lands, 1x gains a 1 second speed boost depending on how far he is from a survivor. It's always 10% regardless of distance, but increases up to 25% if a survivor is more than 40 studs away. 1x's next ability is Unstable Eye. It's a simple detection ability giving 1x speed 2 for 1.25 seconds, and it doesn't hold 1x in place. The last ability is Rejuvenate the Rot. 1x summons minions on the places where he killed survivors. Minions wander around and can deal damage by themselves. Upon entering a 25 stud radius with a survivor, they will walk towards them and inflict poison and glitched for 8 seconds, dealing 14 damage. And here we arrive at the main attraction of today. Entanglement. Entanglement is a fast projectile that, as I said before, cannot be aimed up and down, pulls survivors and deals 10 damage. One thing I haven't mentioned is the fact that the strength of the pull is 50% stronger if the victim has glitched, and if you have noticed, every other attack that 1x has inflicts glitched. Entanglement stuns survivors for 1 second and also gives them helpless, meaning you cannot counterattack immediately after getting hit by it. Its relatively short cooldown allows you to spam stupid 38 damage combos left and right that also erase any advantage the survivor had before in chase. Pairing it up with Mass Infection gives you a kit that is incredibly difficult to combat and leaves you in shambles as 1x ravages your HP bar. Given that both of his abilities are projectiles and 1x is generally slow compared to other killers, it makes him reliant on his ability usage to be even remotely viable. Is what you've heard many times before from many other YouTubers, but that's not true at all. Look at this chase right here on 1x. Nothing special going on until I roleplay a baseball game and do a home run on chance that was on a whole different map. Continuing with the chase, I will keep missing all of my abilities. All of them. One by one. Eventually, I catch up and Guest gets a parry on me. But do you notice how much distance I'm closing in by just missing? That's the neat part of 1x. He doesn't need to land his abilities to be not bad, but landing one nearly instantly wins you the chase. Keep in mind, this is me just going straight at them and not baiting any abilities and not waiting around any loop spots. If you sprinkle some abilities in, you get the best anti-loop character in the entire game. Entanglement is designed to be a reaction time skill check. However, if you are quick enough to dodge it, then Entanglement starts to become a guessing game. If the 1x player misses a couple of times and isn't a robot, they're eventually gonna try to predict your movement, and that's where the second problem comes in. Entanglement rewards 1x way too much. You might not believe my words, so you know what? Let's pull out stamina bars. Look at this example here. I started running earlier than the survivor, putting me at a disadvantage, and with the spare stamina they have, they build distance. Then I landed Entanglement, and now suddenly I shortened the entire distance towards them, but we're on the same stamina level. Do you realize how broken that is? Being able to erase up to 30 stamina advantage with landing just a single ability is the biggest profit any killer gets from any projectile. Let's say I miss my Entanglement. Well, the survivor wastes a bit of their stamina dodging it, meaning I'm still not too far behind, but I also have Mass Infection, which has a similar property of forcing out a move and not giving away distance even if you miss. Keep in mind that 1x has minions, so you can force survivors to either tank 14 damage from a clone or get hit by an entanglement. Forcing out moves from survivors is especially overpowered in close quarters situations, where my example of making survivors waste stamina is especially relevant. 1x Force whole gameplay revolves around tossing random things off cooldowns. Since it's profitable, it does an enormous amount of damage and it doesn't require that much skill. It's just a matter of having a slightly above average game sense and aim. No risk, yet reward went through the ceiling. Some might say that I'm wrong because this ability is actually difficult to land. Well, my dear viewer, for that I present to you the 1x ability guide. First of all, I would recommend avoiding using your abilities in large open spaces and near slopes, as that can ruin your entanglements. Your goal is to subconsciously force survivors into a position where they only have one possible spot to dodge, or to make them waste more resources trying to dodge your stuff. In open spaces, it becomes a lot more difficult to try to predict where they're gonna go, since there are more options for them. Look at this example here. I'm chasing a survivor on a loop, and by analyzing their current position, you'll notice that their side is touching a wall. This means they only have one direction to escape, and that is to go away from the wall. Corridors or even door frames are also good spots to throw your entanglements, since they have to dodge towards you, meaning you close in the distance anyways. Also, minions are amazing at deducting survivors' options to dodge. If a survivor is behind a wall, you can try to predict where they're gonna go and snipe them this way. This is especially relevant with abilities that highlight survivors. Keep track of survivors' habits, like what direction they like to dodge towards, or whether or not they actually dodge them. If you're low on stamina and are disadvantageous, regain your stamina by standing still on a loop spot. 1x's average speed is below survivors, so try to use your superior run speed as much as you can. This is all it takes to be a 1x that ravages public lobbies. In conclusion, Entanglement is a projectile that rewards 1x heavily. It has a short cooldown, flies quickly, has a short startup, and gives reward regardless of if it actually landed. The only thing 1x sacrificing is his general run speed being lower than other killers. So it's just a gambling machine where missing just results in you rolling again after 15 seconds, and landing means you win a chase. Considering that 1x has other abilities outside of Entanglement, means that he is absolutely broken. With that said, you've reached the end of the video. Sorry for not uploading for a while, the exams at the end of the year have been hitting me hard, but hopefully the summer break will give me plenty of time to make videos for you guys. Subscribe to the channel, as I'm really close to 10,000 subscribers, and I'll appreciate your support a ton. If you have any objections, feel free to leave them in the comments and I might read them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you another time.